good. Okay, Steve builds a shelter. Takes 67, I think. First things first, we got to have the right equipment on. Time to change into Elmer Fudd here. Oh, that's nice. Good to have that with me. The first thing I'll do is trim this area up a little bit, get some firewood in the process. Well, a little bit about why I picked this place and what I did. I picked it because there's a number of trees. The prevailing wind is definitely coming out of the north, so I'd be protected from the wind. And I won't do it today, but I would certainly have hopefully enough time to gather enough dead wood around here and stack up two sides to the lean-to that would give me additional protection from the wind whipping around the corner on it. The trees were close enough together to get my ridge line across, and I've got those set up on Persic knots across the ridge line, so you can adjust them however you want. It goes up fairly quick, and should be good for the night. Alright, so getting ready to start a fire, and even though it snowed out here last night, I found almost all the dead branches on the underside of the cedar tree canopies are pretty bone dry. I'm going to be able to use that, and so I'm taking each branch and I'm just taking off the pencil lead size, then the pencil size, and stacking them in different piles, so that as I get my fire going and it starts to build, I've got this stuff ready to go. So also, as I've been doing this, I've noticed that the wind keeps gusting, and it's coming around this side here, and I'm going to be trying to start my fire right here. So I'm going to take a little bit extra time. I'm going to find some more branches to try to build me a little windbreak on this side right here. I'm going to move my pack over there to help keep the wind down while I'm trying to start the fire until it gets going. Okay, so I've gathered all the materials that I believe I need, stopping short of raping the forest around here, so that we can just demonstrate the starting of the fire and building it to the point where it won't blow out in this particular wind. I've been able to stack a few things over there to keep the wind down and give me a better chance of doing this. So I'm going to walk through just making the bundle itself and then the ignition of it. So let's do that. So first thing I'm doing is I'm taking all what I call the tassels off of the sagebrush around here. Seems to stay fairly dry. It was actually raining yesterday and snowing last night, and these are really pretty bone dry, as you'll see, as are the grasses that you can find here. The wind blows enough to dry them out even after it's rained a little bit. So I'm going to use that for part of my bundle. And then the bark that I stripped from the inside of the cedar trees, I use this in the bundle as well because it's pretty flammable. And I just break it into appropriate pieces and then shred it. It's like kind of like pulling apart steel wool or something. So this is pretty good stuff, and I'm going to keep some of it in reserve for after I get the bundle started. So I can keep putting that on there. then I kind of mix those together, overlapping them, so we've got a little bit different stuff going on. And you get something like that. So then the next thing you want to do is we want to ignite that. And I think the rules are that we're not supposed to use a lighter. However, I'm going to do a shout out for a Bic Mini. You know, you could have 16 different ways to start the fire in your pack, and if you for some reason get separated from the pack, you don't have use of any of them. If you've just got a Bic Mini in your pocket, you usually don't lose your pants, so you'd at least have this. So that's my shout out to these. Pretty much they're bulletproof. If you get them wet, there are ways to dry them out that's pretty easy, but we're not able to use that. So I'm going to use something that's a little bit different, but I think it's probably pretty good because most of it was given to me by Mike Hilger, who's our grand poobah of winter survival and fire starting stuff. So the last winter survival we went to, we got some accoutrements from being involved, and those were one of the things that he gave us was some matches, and kept looking at them. They were extra long and I couldn't find anything for them to fit in, and then I just figured, well, maybe I'll just cut them down. So I cut them down, and I found that these prescription bottles, if you cut it to the regular size of a match, work really, really well. I tried the cap on the way it comes, the child-proof function, and they're not waterproof that way. You put it in a bucket and it leaks in about 2 or 3 seconds. But if you turn them around the other way, they're highly waterproof. I had one submerged for over an hour and there was no moisture inside whatsoever. So that's the fire kit I've got today, along with, I got about 12 matches in here. I cut off the cardboard striking part of the box, and then I took just took cotton balls, tore them in half, put some Vaseline in the middle of it, and put the cotton ball back together. So this is what's going to keep my bundle going after I light the match, and I'm going to put that right inside there. And then I'm going to take out a match, I'm going to take out the striker. I'm going to hope the wind doesn't make me look like an idiot. So that's what I got going there. And give it a go. So the match, of course, lights quite easily. And we get the cotton going, put the Vaseline in there, and it kind of keeps going. Keep that flame going. And this is why I was saving that shredded bark, because the flame doesn't always go into your bundle just exactly like you'd really like it to. And so you just keep feeding this shredded bark onto it. And when you feel you got something going good, you can start with this size, which is, they call that pencil lead, I guess, about the size of the lead inside of a pencil, pretty thin. Let it build. on there. Go. So we can keep building with the sticks because I'm pretty confident to keep going now for the dryness of this wood that you're able to find under the cedar trees, and we'll probably build it up, move it out a little bit, and have a nice place to spend the night. Thanks.